Sometimes in life, we all need to have somebody hold us accountable. And for the guy in this video, I just feel like nobody in life truly just held him accountable. The guy in this video is literally an example of hard work beat talent when talent doesn't work hard. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have somebody there to actually train you, coach you, and hold you accountable, then you're pretty much doomed to fail. You need to have this thing we call integrity, and that's doing the right thing when nobody's watching. And that's kind of where the balance in Jamarcus Russell's career fell off, in my opinion. I guess we'll get deeper into it in this video. Let's get to it. What's going on, y'all? I'm just driving to work right now, and I just really wanted to talk about this damn man, Jamarcus Russell, man. He was like a huge talent at LSU back in 2007, man. And when I say he was a beast, he was a beast, man. Like, dude could throw 60 yards on one knee. Dude could ball, man, for real. But the thing that ruined his career, especially while watching the Pivot podcast, shout out Pivot Podcast for even interviewing Jamarcus Russell and getting deeper into his outlook on everything. And he ends up getting drafted to the Raiders. He just talks about how their coach wasn't giving him any hope. They weren't giving him any actual guide, they weren't giving him anything. Actually, during that interview, he talks about his contract, where he had a weight clause in there. And for every 1 pound he was off, it was X amount of dollars. I forget the amount, but I want to say 1,000, maybe at minimum, And he was like, "Oh, I didn't see that." And Ryan Clark kind of checked him a little bit. He was like, "At what point is it on you to know that was in your contract?" Because you would think common sense would tell you to get a lawyer, or maybe 2 lawyers, or somebody that could actually go over the contract, whoever that may be, to say, "Hey, what is this detailing? What does this want me to do? What are my incentives?" Things of that nature. And the whole video, he was kind of like, "Oh man, they were just trying to play with me." He was like, "I'm not that type of guy. I don't F around like that." Pretty much kind of, holding down that real nigga lifestyle. And I get it, because we all want to be seen as that. But at the same time, we have to hold ourselves accountable. Like, how did he not know that was in his contract to be a certain weight and have to maintain a certain weight, or else he would get fined for every pound that he was off? That just doesn't make any sense to me, like, at all. I feel like in that point, yes, you can say the coach kind of fooled you, but at the same time, you need to hold yourself accountable, and you need to say, "Hey, let me read this contract before I sign anything." I understand you trying to get it. You trying to get your family out of the lifestyle that they were in, and all you see was them M's, man. All you see is that guaranteed contract. But at the same time, you have to hold yourself accountable, Jamarcus. Come on, man. There's even a point in the video where they bring up the infamous cassette tape. And that's when the coaches of the Raiders gave Jamarcus Russell game film. They gave him game film, but it was really just nothing on the tape at all. And then, they would say, "Hey, Jamarcus, watch this tape. Nothing on it. This is game film." The next day he would come in and be like, "Oh yeah, I like that game plan. I like that. That's what's up." And he, in the interview, he says, "Man, why would they even play like that?" He was like, "Why would they even play from the start?" I'm a firm believer that there's always 3 sides to a story. It's his side, her side, and the truth. And that's just all it is to it, in my opinion. Of course, it can get a little deeper than that, but that's usually how it goes. And for him to just say, "Oh, why would they play with me like that?" I feel like that's a slap in the face, in all honesty. Because at the same time, if they give you tape, if they give you game film, why would you not watch it? If they like, "Hey man, we playing the Chiefs this week. We want you to see, We want your opinion on how we could scheme against this team. Watch this film. You're not even gonna watch it. So how can we grow? If anything, I understand a coach and a coach, a quarterback coach, and the quarterback himself should have a great dynamic. In order to be great, the quarterback has to want to be just as smart as both of his coaches, if not smarter. That's when you get your Peyton Mannings, your Tom Brady's, your Aaron Rodgers, people that you like, shit, I don't even need an offensive coordinator because this quarterback is so smart. He wanted and he took the time out be to be ambitious and go get it, you know? And not a lot of people are gonna do that. That's why NFL can stand for not for long. The average NFL career is 3.5 years. And if you're going to play like that, if you're going to act like that, that's an example of the Johnny Manziels of the world. And check that video out too, by the way, where I said, hey, man, myth, money. You know, because at the end of the day, if you really don't desire it, you're not gonna be great. And that's okay, as long as you're happy with yourself. Throughout the Jamarcus Russell pivot interview, he really does kind of seem happy with his life. He doesn't seem like he's caught up in the past. He isn't like, oh, I wish I would have did this, or I wish I would have did that. It seems like he wants pity because somebody didn't hold his hand throughout his NFL career. Even with things such as, family members passing away, I understand a lot of those things get articulated the wrong way through articles and news reps. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just here to talk about his NFL career and where I think it went wrong. But that's just my opinion. But I'm happy Jamarcus Russell is looking good, feeling good, and he's happy with where his life is. And in all honesty, that's all that matters is in terms about what could have been and should have been, you living in the past. And if you're always wondering about what will be, then you're too anxious. Sometimes you got to be right there in the middle. And with that being said, I want to thank y'all for watching this video. Peace.